Alright, and welcome back for some more easy blues harmonica. So let's say you've just got yourself a brand new harmonica for Christmas and you want to play some blues. Now the most common harmonica that you'll see is what's called a 10-hole diatonic harmonica. They're about this sort of size and surprisingly enough they have 10 holes. Now if you've got a harmonica that looks something more like this is my Big Black Johnson, and it's got lots of holes. It sounds more like this. Hear how it warbles? That's what's called a tremolo harmonica. Lots of fun, but not what we're going to be using today to play some blues. Now, you might also have big looking harmonica, something like this, with a button on the side. Now, this is a chromatic harmonica. Super cool, but again, not what we want to use today to play some blues. We want to be playing on our 10-hole diatonic harmonicas. Now, if you look at your harmonicas, either on the front of them or stamped onto the side, it'll have a little letter. Most of the time there'll be C, and you'll notice this one is a G. The difference is what pitch the harmonica is. So just for reference, this is a G harmonica, it's a high G. If I blow on the notes, lovely chord, quite high pitched. Like if I compare it to, this is a more standard G harmonica. Very deep, low sound. Very high sound. But like I said, most of the harmonicas out there will be in C, which is sitting in the middle. Now today I'm going to play on my old Echo Vamper. This is the harmonica that my grandfather gave me back in the 70s when I learned how to play harmonica. And lots of talking, what am I going to show you guys how to do? Let's play some easy blues. A 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is for absolute beginners, and it avoids the two trickiest, almost time-consuming things on the harmonica, which is playing single notes and it also avoids bends. Now that's certainly fun and it's an important part of playing harmonica, but for absolutely starting out and playing something cool, we can get around that. I'm going to show you how. So, it doesn't matter really which way you hold your harmonica. If you look closely on the front of them, they will often have numbers printed. Generally, you want the low number, like the number 1, on the left-hand side of your mouth, breathing out. But it doesn't matter if you hold it the other way. You've just got to reverse what you're doing. Personal preference, a bit like left and right-handed guitars. Generally, people will play with the low notes on the left-hand side. So, what we want to do, even if your harmonica doesn't have numbers, we want to look for hole number 1, hole number 2. So, if I get around hole number 2, and just with a relaxed, open mouth, with my jaw dropped, so I've got the harmonica fairly deep inside my mouth. Not way right out here. Further in you can get it, the more resonant it'll sound, but don't hurt yourself. So I want to breathe in. Breathe in. And if I make a T articulation, like I'm saying t, 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 but breathing in, that's how I get that sharp start. So how do I get the air out? A lot of people think because it's an instrument that you can breathe in and breathe out on, that you always have to breathe out. So like, but you can actually breathe out around the harmonica. My teacher Jason Rickey likes to make a percussive sound, a bit like harmonica beatboxing. I'll show you by taking the harmonica actually out of my mouth. So for this this sort of rhythm for what I'm trying to play here, you'll notice I've got a very short exhale. So really what I'm saying is, so I've got a don't go really hard. We're not playing a trumpet here. These have only got like thin brass reeds. You can damage them if you really blow hard. So just like normal speaking sort of voice here. And to balance your air, because most of the time we're breathing in, if you feel like, oh, I'm starting to fill up with a bit too much air, just let the air go out around the harmonica. So I've like let my bottom lip go there, breathed out around the harmonica. So we want to get this sort of rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. And by letting air out around the harmonica, I can also let a bit of air in with my nose, let a bit of air out with my nose. It's really good just to practice doing that and feel comfortable, so you feel like you're not filling up with air or running out of air. Once we've got that little vamp going, because that's what we call that in harmonicas, vamping. Sounds super cool, but we want to add a little bit of movement. Just having that all the time can get a little bit boring. So literally all we do is we just move the harmonica. So I'm going from being focused around hole number 2, and like I said, this is sort of sloppy. Like if you can play single notes, you can do this just on one hole, but I like to let the holes on either side work as well. You can go really big. Might start to sound a little bit sort of weird. So I'm really focused on hole number 2 and hole 3 and hole 1. That's what that sounds like. Now when I want to change, all I'm going to do is I'm going to move the harmonica so that I'm around hole number 4, which sounds like this, with a little bit of hole number 5. That lovely sort of dissonant sound, and also a little bit of hole number 3. So that sort of sound. And then I do the same thing, just breathing out. And I go back to my rhythm. Move. Now this is a groovy sort of thing, so you don't want to go like sort of too fast. Well, you can, but you know, a little bit sort of fast for people to dance to. So in my head I like to get a 1, 2, 3, 4. Move, move. Move, breathe out. Move, breathe out. And before you know it, you're playing blues for your very first time on the harmonica that you got for Christmas. So get out there, have some fun, check out some of my other lessons, also check out my teacher, Jason Ricky, because yeah, it's a super fun instrument and you can have a lifetime of enjoyment playing some blues.